What's up, everybody, and welcome to Reviews for My Kids, the show where I recap, review, and reminisce on all of the things I've grown to love over the years to not only share with my kids, but with you as well. Kids, today we're diving into another episode of Doug, who faces the ultimate sibling embarrassment, Judy's performance at the school assembly. Let's get into it.
That's me.
Nervous breakdowns, embarrassing moments, and sibling drama. Let's break down the episode of Doug Can't Dig It.
Dear Journal, me again, Doug. Sorry I didn't write yesterday. I was too busy having a nervous breakdown. It all started yesterday morning.
We see Doug eating his breakfast when Judy comes around dressed as a bullfighter and starts poking Doug's chest with a wooden sword, much to Doug's annoyance. Doug then states that he is glad Judy goes to a different school instead of his. Later, during class, Ms. Wingo announces that a school assembly is going to be introduced by Doug, much to his surprise. Doug's imagination. Doug is on stage acting as the comedian. Doug's delight quickly fades when he later finds out that Judy is going to perform there as well, much to his embarrassment. Later at the Honker Burger with Skeeter, Doug is in a state of disbelief of his sister's imminent performance at the assembly. Doug's imagination. Judy is playing bongos at the assembly and starts acting dramatic. Later, she shows everyone a picture of Doug and Patty together. Everyone laughs as Doug full-on slumps in his chair, blushing. Skeeter tries to convince Doug that it wouldn't be bad, but to no avail. Later, Judy and her theater friends pop in and order food while singing the opera, exacerbating Doug's embarrassment. Roger is also there and mocks Doug for having a preview of the show. Doug tries to stop his sister by getting on her good side and using psychology. So he goes up to her at an attempt to convince her otherwise. But Judy quickly states that she will be performing at the school and refuses to change her mind. So Skeeter gives Doug another idea, which is to prank call Judy by posing as famous movie producer J.B. Hunkamaka and convincing her to give up the show tomorrow. But Judy later catches on to Doug's trick. She tells Doug that he can't dig it and tomorrow he'll thank her. Doug doesn't buy it and says that instead he'll have a nervous breakdown. He then reminisces on when Judy performed at his dental hygiene play, the last time when Doug was the toothbrush and Judy was the plaque, and it ended in a disaster. On the day of the show, Doug prepares himself for the imminent embarrassment he would suffer, so he goes alone and takes a minute to think. He goes through the stage door and spots Judy with Ms. Wingo behind the curtains. Judy informs Mrs. Wingo that Shakespeare performed for his brother's grade school as well. Doug looks through the curtains to find the audience laughing already. Due to Doug's absence, Mr. Bone impatiently attempts to start the show without him by forcing Judy out on stage. But Judy wants Doug to show up to introduce her to everyone. Doug struggles to watch his sister get uncomfortable and shows up just in time and introduces the audience to her. Judy performs her act in the auditorium, but Doug doesn't actually plan to sit with the audience to watch. After the show, Doug realizes that Judy's off-key act got an encore, much to Doug's surprise. The other students run out of the auditorium in delight, and Roger even compliments Judy's act, adding that it got him out of taking the math test. Doug then ends up getting a picture with his sister. Later that night, Doug is in his room writing his latest event in his journal, when Judy, dressed as a bullfighter, emerges in, chasing Porkchop, who is dressed as a bull, around with a wooden sword, nearly infuriating Doug, who writes in his journal that Judy can be embarrassing.
She's quite embarrassing.
This episode really shows the relationship between Doug and Judy. Equal parts embarrassing and endearing. I think we can all relate to Doug's pain of having a sibling who's just a little bit too much sometimes. But in the end, Doug survives. And hey, Judy's performance was a success, even if it wasn't Doug approved. Yet again, we're shown an added layer of the world of Doug through his relationship with his older sister. It's a bit of a twist, as usually it's the younger sibling who is being a bit of an embarrassment to the older one. That 4 to 6 year gap can certainly be a challenge for siblings, and this episode of Doug definitely highlights those challenges. Judy was such a unique character at the time of the show, one that really leaned into her interests, that being a theater nerd. It is rare that we see Judy break away from her eccentric self, but when we do see glimpses of her being real and true, especially to Doug, it's nothing short of endearing. We'll see Judy aplenty in this show with some fun episodes and adventures in the future. I give this episode 3 bullfighter costumes and a purple beret. It's a good look at the sibling dynamic between Doug and Judy with equal parts cringe and comedy. Kids, I'm the oldest in the family, so I would assume I did the embarrassing for my younger sister Kelly. In fact, I know I did the embarrassing for my younger sister Kelly. We, like Doug and Judy, are 5 years apart. Growing up, we weren't super close, as it was classic big brother being mean to younger sister issue, which, looking back, was me just trying to connect with her the only way I knew how to at that time, which was to tease and try to be playful. It didn't come across as such. It wasn't until later in life, around my college years, her high school years, that we both grew into ourselves a bit and realized we had some things in common, particularly Harry Potter. I still can't quite tease her as much as I would like, but we get along just fine now. At this current stage in life, as I make this video, you kids are currently getting along just fine, but I'm sure there will certainly come the day when you two aren't getting along great. All I can hope is that you two mostly see eye to eye and listen and respect one another the same way my sister and I did as we grew older. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Reviews for My Kids, the show where I recap, review, and reminisce on all of the things I've grown to love over the years to not only share with my kids, but with you as well. Tune in next time. Bye!